Who doesn't love a Spitfire? I certainly do. I was able to touch and go the old Crow, Alex. I think I might try it here with the Spitfire. Lowering my throttle. Hey, touch! We did it. We did it. Have a little fun. Now that's the beauty of the 6G gyro as well. Pilots, welcome back to Motion RC. I'm James, once again out here at the local baseball pitch. This time I've got the micro Skynetic Spitfire. The Spitfire, for anyone who watches this channel over the years knows, this is my absolute favorite aircraft of all time. Give me a Spitfire, any size, any shape, I'm happy to fly it and look at it and love it. And I love what they did with the micro Skynetic Spitfire. So I'm gonna stop talking, but this baby basically, well, I'm not gonna stop talking. This baby basically comes ready to fly, which is the version I have, but we also have Futaba ready version, and then we also have a video which shows you how to connect it to a DSM-X radio if you have one, if you have that protocol. So you definitely want to check that out. I'll put a link to that in the description down below. But you know what I'm going to do? I'm not even going to take it off the ground. I'm just going to hand launch it right here while you're watching, and let's go. I am in 6G mode, so fully gyro stabilized, and I'm ready to roll for my first flight on the Skynetic Micro Spitfire. And we're off! Now if you watched past videos, I just before this I did the flight on the video of the old Crow Mustang. So that was the first warbird in this series that I've flown in a little while. I was actually out there with Wes when we initially launched these products and we flew them. I got a chance to fly them out there down in Florida, and we had a great time. Flying them with a little bit of wind in this 6G mode is awesome. It really will help you out, to say the least, because right now we have no wind at the moment, but every couple seconds we're getting 5 to 6 mile an hour gusts. So when you have those, having the ability to have that gyro stabilization is really awesome. And as you can see, they just fly pretty locked in. Like that's no hands on the sticks there. And now I give it rudder and aileron. I am in low rates though. So low rates, you're gonna have less angle. So now I'm gonna switch to expert rates, or what they call it, more rate. But being still in the 6G mode means it will not roll, it will not loop. So you don't have to worry about even if you overcorrect on your sticks, if you're a beginner, you don't have to worry about getting in a crazy orientation. I prefer it in the expert mode as far as rates go, high rate, if you will, when it's in the 6G mode, because you can really keep it in what is a pretty small space. You know, we're on a little league baseball field, so anyone who flies around the States will have one of these. It's not too big, you know, it's not like a football field or a soccer pitch, but everyone should have one of these near their house or near where they live, usually not too far away in the States where you can come out. But what's great about these, as I've said in other videos, you can fly these in front of your house, in your backyard, down the street. You know, you can pretty much fly them wherever you want. Now the aircraft itself, they're made of EPP, so if you get in a little accident, EPP foam, pretty durable as for something this small, but it also keeps it very light. These things are light as a feather, so that's why you really don't want to take them out on super windy days. I mean, even on a super windy, if the wind was any much more than what we have here today, even with the gyro on, the aircraft will bounce around. It'll like change altitudes very quickly as the wind hits it. So it's just never fun to fly that way. But all around, when you're just out here on what is a nice, gorgeous day with minimal wind, then it's great to fly around. So now I'm going to give it some more altitude. As I make my turn, I'm going to switch to what is the 3D mode, which means gyro's on, but, and I had to catch it there, gyro's on, but I have full access to aerobatics, if you will. And now it's getting a little away from me, but here we go. Let's see, let's take it for a little roll. Wind's coming in, there you go, she'll roll. I'm gonna dial the rates down to low, because I think in 3D mode, low rates is actually a lot more fun. High rates, especially with the ready to fly sticks, could get you a little dicey. It's been a while since I've actually flown a plane like this in general, so high rates is not where I want to be. But if I had my Futaba transmitter and I bound this up to a Futaba, then you could play with Expo, you could play with your rates, really dial them in. You could add 3-position rates, you could add all sorts of stuff if you want to go that route. But with the ready to fly sticks, you know, you're kind of limited in what you can do. So I suggest 6G mode, expert rates or high rates, and 3D mode, I suggest the low rates is where you want to be. Because right now you can see we can do pretty much, you know, most of the aerobatics you want to do. There's a nice roll. We'll go back the other way and dive it in, fly it along the outfield there, but a whole lot of fun. It's got some good speed on it too. But I absolutely love the Spitfire. Always love that elliptical wing. It's just my favorite aircraft, really, of all time. Now I'm gonna give it some more altitude because to switch back into 6G, you gotta hit it once, go manual, and then hit it again. So if you're in 3D mode, you gotta hit the top right switch twice to get back to your 6G. And once you do, you see that it immediately locks in. And that's when you can have some fun, you know, closer to yourself. Now I'm still on the low rate, so I'm gonna go back to the expert rate. Stay up, there we go. Nice, keep it a little low. But all around, super fun. And as I said in the other videos too, what I love about these models now, they come with like a display stand. So anybody who has a little hobby space, you know, you want to display these models when you're done flying them, they're very easy to display and they look pretty too. They're all painted up right out of the box. The boxes that come with are great storage cases. You can put the plane right back into them if you want to stow it away like that. But even with the transmitter fits the display stand too with the ready to fly versions. That gives enough weight where I can put them right on the floor of my car anywhere and they don't even tip over when you're driving. They got enough weight on the ground where they'll hold position, which is really cool. But all around, who doesn't love a Spitfire? I certainly do. I was able to touch and go the old Crow, Alex. I think I might try it here with the Spitfire. Lowering my throttle. Hey, touch! We did it. We did it. Have a little fun. Now that's the beauty of the 6G gyro as well. I don't know if my skills aren't up there right now for anything, for trying this on manual. And again, I haven't even flown them on manual, guys. I want the gyro for something this small. I think it's made for that. If I was gonna fly this manual without the gyro, then I'd want to not be on the ready to fly version. I'd want to have my Futaba transmitter, where again, I could dial in the rates, dial in the trim. You could do more with a more advanced transmitter, as you would expect. Ooh, I thought I was gonna have that one there. I pulled up a little too soon. But all around, just super, super cool. That's full right rudder, barely any aileron there. Woo! Oh, I'm having too much fun now. Because it's a Spitfire, I want to fly out the full battery, I think. I absolutely love a Spitfire. Makes me want to grab the Flightline one after this. But that would be too big for this locale we're at. All right, I'm gonna bring it in, try for a landing here. Hey, I'll take that landing. Not gonna land it in the grass with the gear. But let me walk out and grab it, and let's wrap up this video. So one of the beauties of these aircraft, as we said in other videos, as you've seen, if you do have, you know, a landing like that, you'll see your prop pop off quite a lot. The prop itself is meant to do that. When you do get in a situation, that's going to save your prop from breaking. The whole thing just pops off. There's a little plastic circle here and a little plastic circle on the prop itself that sort of just fits in and locks in, and it's got enough strength to hold the plane by it. And you could always change out the prop. If you do break the prop, it's just a screw that takes the nose cone off. You replace the prop to that whole piece, and then it goes right back on. Landing gear as well, they come right out. They're just pushed in. So with a Warbird like this, it'll probably look even better to fly it without the gear on. So you know what? While we're talking, I'm gonna do that, Alex, because I want to see it without the gear. Now the Spitfire would have the, I believe would have the tail wheel out. I don't think it was retractable, maybe on a later model, but I'll leave the tail wheel on. But I'm just gonna throw it up real quick, hand launch, without the gear. Oh, there we go. Looks good. That'll also obviously take off a little bit of drag, because as light as these bad boys are, you know, the landing gear itself, even though they're super light, are definitely going to have some weight to them in comparison to this aircraft. So you'll lose all that drag. It might even fly. I think it's flying better without it. Look at that. Love it. Let's come back in, figure eight it. And now the ready to fly transmitter, if you're hearing the beeps, it just beeps every minute. It does that so in your head, if you could count, I've been talking too much to even know how many times it beeped, but you know, every time you hear that, if you're just flying by yourself, you know that a minute has passed, and you get about 10 minutes with this pack. Now, I don't even know where I'm at on this video right now, but I'm sure we're up there in time. I'm gonna go around that telephone pole just because I want to. There we go, coming back, and now I'm turning the throttle off, and actually, I'm gonna bring it to the grass. There we go, and you see my prop fell off again. But I wanted to bring it to the grass rather than the dirt, just to catch it. But again, you should expect to see that prop fall off more times than not, especially if you're trying to land it without the landing gear. You want a more of a grass to, you know, keep the aircraft looking good. But again, the prop fits right in, guys. Not much more to say about these things. Wes already did a video on this one, so I was just out here having some fun with it because I love Spitfires, and I wanted one for myself, let's be honest. I wanted one to fly around. So guys, links to this one and all our Skynetic micros are in the description down below. Thank you so much for joining me on this flight. Any questions or comments you got, leave them down below and hit the like button on your way out the door. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you next time on Motion RC.